Welcome to the awards ceremony of the second Roll and Write Game Design Contest organized on indiaboardgames.net. It has been a pleasure watching the entries pour in for this contest. The theme for this edition of the contest was Indian states. Game designers had to showcase one unique aspect from any one state of India. I'm delighted to announce that we had 8 amazing entries for this edition. In this video, I will talk about all the 8 games and how the judges viewed them, and finally, we will announce the winners for this contest. Unlike the last time, I didn't create a playthrough video for all the games. If you're keen to watch a playthrough video for any of the game, please drop a note in the comment sections. First, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the judges for this edition. This time the games were judged by Benjamin Moy and Sergi Sanchez. Both the judges are well known in the board game community. Judging games is never easy and always underappreciated. Hence, here is a big thank you to both the judges for spending their time playing the games, judging them, and providing valuable input to the designers. Alright, without further ado, let's start. We will go through the games in the order in which they were received. We begin our journey from the state known as God's own country. Let's go to Kerala. The first game in the list is Vallam Kalli, a game designed by Asis Saha. Vallam Kalli is one of the oldest traditional grand events in the Kerala state, and this boat race is held around the harvest festival Onam. Paddle long boats are around 140 meters long with 4 to 5 meter high tall rear rising to the sky. The reason they are called snake boats also. They are locally made of wood. The boat seats some 64 to 128 oarsmen, full of exuberance and energy. The boats compete with each other in the different rivers in Kerala through a distance of around 1.5 kilometers. To play this game, you need the player sheets and 3 dice, one d20, one d10 and one d6. In this game, your objective is to be the first person to reach the end of the game, signified by the dark blue circle in the road distance section of the player sheet. Along the way, you can make use of coconuts and seaweeds to increase the energy of your oarsmen. The grueling nature of the race was certainly captured in this player sheet. You could be playing for 4 hours long if the game continues. The solo mode is a nice introduction to the game, and you get to ignore the abilities and simply master the movement system. So thank you Asis for sending this game to us. Next, we move to Punjab, the land of 5 rivers and the breadbasket of India. Our second entry of the contest is called Punjab and is designed by Ajay Anthony. Punjab farmers are acclaimed worldwide, and you can step into their shoes to sow and reap different grains on your land. The game has a puzzle nature and encourages sharing with your neighbors. Welcome to farming in Punjab. To play this game, besides the player sheet, you need 3 6-sided dice. You are playing as farmers and you try to fill your farm with rice, wheat, corn and barley. This game is extremely satisfying to play. The game has a familiar roll and write feel to it. But what it does have is this warehouse concept, which is very interesting and provides a sense of community in this game. While you're racing other players for the land of the 5 rivers formation, this game makes it really very interesting. What I found uniquely funny was the use of Punjabi songs for the ranking in the solo mode. The ranks range from Oh Ho Ho and finish at God Tusi Great Ho. In between, you also have Tutak Tutak Tutiya. Ajay has also created a playthrough video for the game, so you can pester him to share it with all of us. From the north of India, we now move to the south, to the land of Karnataka. This is a game called The Plantations of Karnataka and is designed by Juan Maiolino. In this game, players assume the role of coffee farmers and move around their plantations, aiming to harvest as many coffee beans as possible while trying not to get trapped by their own path of harvested coffee. The goal of the game is to harvest the largest number of coffee beans before the game ends. To be able to harvest them, you must perform the following actions in order: plant the seed, water the plant, and harvest the coffee. To play this game, you need only 2 dice along with the usual pencil and paper player sheets. While playing this game, I also learned that Chikmagalur is a place where coffee was cultivated in India for the first time. The game has 4 chapters that can be played in a campaign mode that is a variant. Packaging a campaign mode in a game of 4 sheets and 2 dice was really brilliant. We now move to the northeast of India. We are now in Manipur. Save the Sangai is a polyomino roll and ride game focused on the Sangai of the Kebul Lamjao National Park in Manipur. They are not only very unique to Manipur, but the park is as well, as it's the world's only floating park. The Sangai is the state animal and is considered to be the binding soul between human and nature. This game involves writing in polyominoes, Sangai and flowers to make the habitat for them as well as draw in visitors. It's a 1 to 2 player game that takes approximately 30 to 45 minutes. This game is very enjoyable with lots of choices on what to do in the game. The fact that you're also protecting the Sangai brings a different flavor to this game, and you have this emotional attachment to the game. The rules are very clear, and even without the player aids, you have to refer to the rules maybe very rarely. This game was designed by Charlie Jackson. We are now back to Kerala. Tattukada, or Kerala Street Food, is a 2-player game designed by Deepak M. Like all the other game entries in this, you can also play this as a single player mode. Players are owners of Tattukadas or street food stalls in rural Kerala, trying to compete with each other in the bustling competitive Kochi Junction. Tattukada earns 70 points first or gets the highest amount at the end of the game wins this game. You fire up your stores and get ready to serve the tastiest dishes to a host of hungry customers. This game needs only 3 dice to play with, and this has one of the most aesthetically pleasing player sheets, and it's really fun to play. The way that the game makes use of the crowd section representing the hungry customers is also very interesting. We now travel to Odisha. This is a game designed by Siddhant Chand and is called Nandi Gosha. Nandi Gosha is the biggest of the 3 chariots in the Rath Yatra of Puri in Odisha, and is the name of the Ratha of Sri Jagannatha, the Lord of the Universe. As master artisans, players of the game are tasked at constructing and decorating the Ratha using all their skills while trying to make elaborate designs better than the other players, trying to impress the Lord himself with their designs. You use the dice roll and attempt to complete the 4 parts of the Ratha, utilizing various bonuses and triggering combos to their benefits. Besides the player sheet, you only need 2 dice. The player sheet looks brilliant and has a nice way to immerse the players in the game. This felt like a classic roll and write game, and it has absolutely the staying power to be in anybody's mind. We move to the northeast again, and this time to the state of Assam. The game named after the state is designed by Davide Carcelli. In the state of Assam, between hills and tropical trees, shines a plant with green leaf and intense smell. The tea that is harvested from this plant is rich, deep and strong. Take a bud of this wondrous plant and set up your field with calm, patience and dedication. But be aware, inexperience might lead you to a fatal mistake, be it during the selection of the right bud or the right soil. Treat your field well, and at the end of the season harvest the best tea in the region. The player with the most points by making the best tea in the region wins. To play this game, you will need 5 dice. Using the guessing hidden information in a roll and write game is very interesting. This was a very quick game to play in the solo mode too. And finally, we are now in Haryana. This is a game called the Terrace Gardens of Pinjore. This game is designed by Ritwik Sangvi. Based on the famous 17th century Pinjore Gardens of Patiala in Haryana. In this game, you will be beautifying the garden by coloring instead of writing. The game objectives are spread over the terraces of the garden. Based on the actual map, it involves high player interaction. You play as renowned architects to restore the famous terrace gardens of Pinjore to their former splendor. To play this game, you will need 4 dice and multiple colored pencils or crayons. Making a roll and color is a great idea, and anybody that does this obviously gets a bonus point for doing it. And now to announce the winners of the second edition of the Roll and Write Game Design Contest. Thank you for watching till now. Thank you to all the participants. And thank you to Dice Toy Labs for sponsoring the first prize. Let's start with the second prize winners. The winners of the second prize for this edition of the Roll and Write Game Design Contest are Ajay Anthony for Punjab and Siddhant Chand for Nandi Gosha. Congratulations to both the winners. You've designed 2 beautiful games. Now that leaves us with the first place. The winner will receive, courtesy of Dice Toy Labs, an excellent board game design kit, and offer to publish the game on Plinkit.in with a favorable percentage and 5,000 Indian rupees. And the winner of the second edition of the Roll and Write Game Design Contest, drum roll please, is Plantations of Karnataka, designed by Juan Maiolino. Congratulations Juan. We hope you enjoy your prize. We will be back with the third edition of this contest soon, so keep following us on indiaboardgames.net. Thank you for watching, and until next time.